Well, we have outrageous gossip alert. Outrageous gossip alert. And we have to take this with a huge grain of salt, if not with the whole salt shaker. But whatever I'm gonna say after this point is, well, either awesome if it happens in real life, or even awesome if it was totally made up. But here it goes. Thanks to Irene Adler 2000 on Twitter, the schadenfreude of this is so delectable, I want to eat it up with a spoon, and it tastes better with each reread. God in heaven, we're dealing with one of the most evil, malignant, narcissistic con women of all time. Rip the badass warrior Queen Elizabeth II, Meghan Markle exposed. I'm gonna read this. And I really enjoyed this reading when I read this by myself, but I wanted to share this with you. I just heard, this is unknown source, totally gossip, like make of this what you will. I just heard the weirdest info, but it makes perfect sense. According to another commenter, I've asked for citations. The Queen threw Meghan out of the country after multiple offenses. Wow. If that is so, that is, well, yes, amazing. The person relaying the info says they got it from a poster on Reddit or somewhere. You know, I know a guy that knows a guy. Doesn't matter, let's move on. Allegedly, Meghan was scheduled to make an appearance as part of her work. She refused because, of course, she's Meghan Markle. Her job is refusing as long as they are not gifts. She refuses to do what the racist royal family demands. The Queen's aides informed the Queen. She sent for Meghan for a meeting with herself, with the Queen. Meghan refused, said she had a prior engagement because, you know, only Meghan could reject an audience with the Queen because it's Meghan after all. This was after she had been busted by Prince William taking photos of Charlotte while she was sleeping in her bedroom. Something that, well, it's not creepy at all. Absolutely not. Not a thing that psychopaths do. No. We haven't seen enough movies that wouldn't happen. No, that is absolutely normal. Right? Tell me something. After Catherine had reported jewelry missing, oh my god, jewelry missing, vendors were still sending Meghan expensive gowns as gifts, etc. Meghan was on shaky ground already. I think Meghan was on shaky ground before marrying Harry. Queen Elizabeth aides found out Meghan was headed to a meeting. A meeting? Meghan had meetings of her own. They contacted the meeting host and cancelled the meeting by order of the Queen. That is the big guns. Like, they were really fed up. Meghan showed up. No one was there to meet with her. She threw a tantrum. Yeah, sounds like Meghan. And Queen Elizabeth's security people were there and escorted her to a waiting car. She pitched a fit. You can imagine they were carrying her like this, like I don't know, with a gag. How dare you? Take your hands off me and the Duchess and more. I know. This is stretching the truth, but it's fun as it can be. They ignore her, which is, well, quite a feat in itself, ignoring Meghan. Stuck her in the car. Inside were Edward and Sophie, with Meghan's luggage in the trunk. What is this? You can imagine Edward and Sophie's faces like, we are here to escort you out of the country. Queen Elizabeth had sent aides to Frogmore who packed Meghan's bags. That's why she left her diary in Frogmore Cottage. Now that explains that. Because she didn't pack her own things. Edward and Sophie's drivers drove them straight to Ralph in Norfolk, a waiting plane. They loaded her on. Maybe they threw her and shut the door and threw the key. Edward and Sophie escorted her onto plane, settled her in, left her there, and they flew her to Canada. That's what Harry wants an apology for. All right. Yeah, some of you are saying that Ralph Norfolk doesn't exist, but it is there. You can Google it, and there's also some visits from the Queen to Ralph Norfolk. It was right. It's right on Google. It is has another name. Norfolk is the county. Yeah, and it is in a city of Norfolk. That's what H wants an apology for. They call it the Sandringham Summit. Remember how it was scheduled for several weeks later, but Harry wanted to move it up? That's why Harry was by himself. Queen Elizabeth had flown her to Canada. If true, love it. Well, you tell me. I told you. I'm going to do this from now on. Outrageous gossip alert. Outrageous gossip. I don't make myself responsible for what happens after this warning. Okay? I don't have absolutely nothing to do besides reading the words that you just heard, and in subsequent shows I will have this this warning for this kind of a story. But it's a fun story, and it's just like playing it in our heads makes it even funnier. Ralph is the county of Norfolk, near the village of Marham. Yes, that's what is in Google, and that's what in the official page website of the royal family. There are visits of the Queen to that base. Yeah, see, if it's a true story, Her Majesty the Queen is a boss. If it is, well, I heard long ago that Queen Elizabeth II had them leave the UK. Meghan sent to Canada by Royal Air Mail. Yeah, that's for real. I don't know. Yeah, if this was for real, we need it. This is the content. This is the content that Netflix needs. This is the content that we would be paying Netflix to watch. We want a reenactment of this. In any way possible. We want it. We demand it, Netflix. We need this. Call it fiction. This might be loosely based on facts in an outrageous gossip alert made by some unknown and rejected YouTuber on the interwebs. We created this show just because you wanted it. We ran a poll. No return address. Yes.